Pisces, welcome to your Celtic cross reading. What's up? What's going on? Show me Pisces. What's going on, please, for that Pisces collective? Show me Pisces. Show me Pisces. Like always, check if it resonates, leave it does not. And if there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate. Frustrating but normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. What's going on, please? Show me Pisces. Show me Pisces. Show me Pisces. Let's do one more. Show me Pisces, please. All right. Roger that. What's going on? Dead center. Ace of Swords. I got a truth. 3 swords crossing. Trying to work through that. Crowning you. The sun. Happier days are on the horizon. In the past, 9 of Wands. Okay. Exiting 2 of Pentacles. I don't know what to do. That's on its way out. Thank goodness. 5 of Pentacles before you. There's a sense of breakage here. Abandonment. Something that must be done. Okay. We shall see. Your strengths. 9 of Pentacles. You're saying I'm just fine on my own. Or I know how to be. Good. I am still my own independent person. I'll be okay. Good. Your environment, the devil, patternized repetition, fear. Let's see what's going on there too. 5 of Swords, hopes and fears. What you hope for, what you fear for. Is it a form of self-sabotage? So that tells me you're aware. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? You want to know. That means you're aware, which is good. 7 of Wands, I see you rejecting something because there's issues of trust here. There are very strong issues of trust here. And if you can't trust yourself, that means you're having a hard time, therefore, trusting yourself in a situation and how it's treating you, your reaction towards it, your old role in it. Yeah. So, perhaps rejection here, full-on abandonment, might be the particular course of action that is in our best interest today. We should not have to question the environment for which we find ourselves in, nor should we feel chained to it and helpless with it. No. I need to see your Ace of Swords, your particular truth at the very heart of the reading. As the 3 of Swords crosses you, a sense of betrayal, pain in the heart. You want the truth, you want the truth, you want the truth. Oh, I think it's there. Oh, I think it's there, honey. However, if you put up a fight in the recent past with the 9 of Wands, you might have been rejecting the truth. So if you're just now getting into a place where you really want to see it for what it is, you know, you'll eventually get the answer. Just be aware it doesn't look like it's an easy one. Let's take a look at that Ace of Swords, please. This is where I like to remind people, tarot does not dictate action, you do. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of choice. I can already tell this is going to be a wild one. So if this isn't your thing, if it's going to make you uncomfortable, this is your cue to exit, which is cool. I don't want you to watch anything that make you uncomfortable because you will take nothing from it, okay? You're either someone who immediately recognizes as, this is my situation, I think, or you don't. There's not going to be much middle ground on this one today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see that Ace of Swords. Let's see that Ace of Swords. Some of the Ace of Swords. Some of the Ace of Swords. You just went right into it. Ace of Swords. Five of Wands. A fight. Death. We don't want it. The Magician. You have not ended a fight, but you want the fight to stop. The Frustration. The Bull. You know what? I'm still under 10 minutes, so I can't fully swear just yet. The Magician. Death. The Five of Wands. We want resolution. Let's make this clear. We want the fighting to stop. The bickering, the backbiting, the fighting, the agendas, the battle of wills, if there's competition, whatever it is, we want it to stop. This, you know. This is at the forefront of your mind. Ace of Swords. This is acknowledged. You know this. How far that fight goes, I don't know. I know it's been there long enough for you to wish it to be done, because it doesn't seem like it can be transformed. And when we cannot transform the energies or the argument, it's best to stop it altogether. So you are now willing from the universe, make this stop, make this stop, make the fight stop, make the fight stop. So this is something you do absolutely know. Let's see the source of this pain that's crossing you. The 3 of Swords. Show me this 3 of Swords, please. Pain in the heart. A sense of betrayal. Let's see that 3 of Swords, please. Show me the 3 of Swords. This is pretty heavy. Honey, Pisces, this is pretty heavy, this one is. Okay. Let's see it. Let's see that Three of Swords, please. And it seems like we're at the height of tension now. Yes. That's you. The Moon. 10 of Pentacles. You. 9 of Pentacles also in your strengths. Yeah, you've been wondering for a hot minute, but quietly. Should you exit this? You didn't want to say it. You didn't want to say it out loud. You didn't want to admit it to yourself. Should I be out the front door with this one? Would I literally be better off on my own? You're like, because honestly, that 10 of Pentacles, Christina, whatever foundation's in there, most of it was on me. Something like this. Or you're reassuring yourself that you're comfortable and that you would be fine if you were. I don't know. Even if the 10 of Pentacles that you are referring back to says, I made most of it, you might have done. Even if you didn't, the idea is that I think I would still be pretty comfortable on my own. I'm a resourceful person. I could take care of me. So this has been under your moon. That's your direct energy for a hot minute. With that 10 of Pentacles, we're talking about stability. And if this is what it is, if this is what stability is and whatever this is, then you'd be better off by yourself. You're like, I can create my own stability. And you've been kind of secretly knocking that energy around in there in the background, thinking about the 3D, thinking about the 3D, thinking about your own particular resources, your can do, your will do, my own sense of security, and kind of taking it out of the 10 and extracting myself from that and becoming a 9. You're like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, but it's under your moon, so it's a very quiet. I don't know how much you've admitted this to yourself, but the pain here is outstanding. It's so outstanding that you are manifesting the end to the fight and the arguing. You are indeed looking for an ending here, honey. I just don't know how much you've acknowledged it. Okay. I think it's more than you just want the fight to stop. There's a part of you that if you were being honest with yourself, you started having quiet conversations. I mean, barely whispers that you can hear between you and you. Would it be so bad if you were on your own? Let's take a look at your sun that's crowning you. Show me that. There's something here about you have over time learned to not quite trust your decision making. So I would explain why I haven't seen a full direction. So at the forefront of your knowledge, you know you want the fighting to stop, to die. In the background, in the shadows of your heart and fear, is this sense of maybe I'd be better by myself altogether. Which, mind you, would be the ultimate ending to the fighting. Let's see the sun. Show me the sun. Show me the sun. King of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, which is now exiting that sense of I don't know what to do, 6 of Swords. Oh, you're getting a plan. Whether you know it or not, you are developing a plan, an exit plan. It's just you've been on the fence about it. So it's a little bit more out of your moon than I understood. You've actually been thinking about it on and off. Not like a full-time dedicated thought, but on and off. But you keep it to yourself. Your happiness, your sun, that's influencing you out to this day, King of Pentacles, you pride yourself on being resourceful. Let's make that clear. You understand what's at stake in terms of realistic 3D time, energy, and effort spent. And therefore, what does it mean to stand on your own? To take care of yourself. You're saying you're actually not afraid of that. 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. How do I make my exit? Practically speaking, how do I make my exit? When you think about that, it makes you happy. But it's not like your full-time preoccupying thought. It's something that you loop back around to, but with no conclusive results. I can see the difference between conclusive results and non-conclusive. This is non-conclusive. And then you backtrack. This is why you haven't done it, is because you get in that position of overthinking it. And it's like, maybe I'm actually happy here and I don't know it. And I'm just failing to appreciate it, so you don't do anything. That's why your Five of Swords is in your hopes and fears, and that's why I do believe you are indeed in a toxic pattern with somebody. A little toxic tap dance back and forth with somebody. If you have to stop that much and question yourself, why do I feel happy about the idea of leaving this? Wait a minute, that can't be right. Maybe the happiness is here and I'm just failing to appreciate it. Do you see where you're going back and forth on this? So on the forefront, you're like, what I know is I want the fighting to stop. You actually don't know how deeply that exit might turn if you allowed yourself to trust your process towards this. I'm looking at Pisces, you don't want to stay. But you find reasons to. Like maybe it's a you problem, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the person that's wrong-footed here. Oh, I think your instinct is 1,000% correct. I just haven't seen the main culprit, but we're going to get there. We're going to see that Nine of Wands in the recent past. Show me that Nine of Wands, please. The exhaustion, resistance, putting up a fight, making no headway, but also staying in there, okay? Let's see that Nine of Wands. Suppression, oppression, always being on the defense, angry, edgy, but not willing to throw in the towel, this kind of thing. Let's see that Nine of Wands. Let's see that Nine of Wands, please. Show me that Nine of Wands. Five of Cups, Nine of Cups, Eight of Cups. All you want to do is be happy, and whatever the situation is has presented itself time and again as an unhappy situation. And yet every now and again you can find some happiness in it, but it's short-lived and you can't make the feeling stay. Am I right? And it's gotten to the point where you're very numb to the disappointment and the pain that this has caused, that you're used to putting up a wall. So it kind of helps you to keep from feeling any sort of emotions, really, negative or positive. It's like, I'll just block all of them. You don't seem to have a consistent world with this, a consistent emotional experience with this, a consistent mental experience or spiritual experience with this. Nothing about this feels safe or secure. The only time I saw you showed me stability is when you thought about maybe Nine of Pentacles, I should be by myself. And your occasional feeling that maybe you could be happy if you exited this. But you have learned to put up this wall that says, I will block both the good and the bad. Because when you get a little taste of the good emotions in this, inevitably the negative is attached to it as well. So it's just easier to not feel either. And you've gotten so used to doing this. Well, if I can't feel the positive emotions in this, I won't the negative either. Five of Cups and Eight of Cups is really outweighing that Nine. Poor little Nine of Cups doesn't have a chance. So it's just easier to not feel either. And that's no good. The Two of Pentacles on the exit, that sense of indecision is exiting. I'm going to go ahead and skip that one. I think it speaks for itself. That tells me you're getting closer to a decision. Let's take a look at your bridge point. But the back and forth with you on this one is real. And that's because, from what I can tell, you don't trust your decision making. Let's see that Five of Pentacles, please. Show me the Five of Pentacles. Show me that Five of Pentacles. Show me that Five of Pentacles. Show me that Five of Pentacles. The Star, the Three of Cups, Strength. Yeah, all you're reflecting to me is that this used to mean a lot to you, but you really are having a hard time justifying keeping it together. You're losing your desire here with the Star to keep bringing this together, the Three of Cups, because it's proving to you over and over again that it doesn't want to be kept together. So you're the one who's been showing strength towards this whole time. I can keep this together. I can keep this together. I can keep this together. Okay. I believe that you have the strength of will to keep this together. So far you have done. Is it still what you desire to do? Or is that what you're telling yourself you have to do? Big difference. You're going to come across your bridge point here soon where you're going to feel compelled to keep this together again out of strength of will, or that you can. Once more, because you can doesn't mean you should. If a star is that difficult to bring together at the emotional level with the Three of Cups, then it really is just strength of will at this point that's keeping this together. Duct tape, rubber bands, band-aids, and glue. That doesn't mean it wants to stay together. It's saying because I dictate it so. Nine of Pentacles is in your strengths. You don't seem to have a problem with a sense of physical independence. Like you don't seem to be afraid to be a singular operating person in the world. In fact, when you reflect on it privately to yourself, the idea of it gives you a great deal of peace in its own way. But if you don't trust your decision-making process because you got caught up in a toxic dynamic, yeah, you're going to have a different reflection of what it means to be on your own. And can you trust that? Nine of Pentacles. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, excuse me. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, show me that Nine of Pentacles, show me that 9. One more, show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. You're afraid to take action. I'm not judging you. I'm not trying to call you out. That's all this is. You're afraid that if you make the decision to take action, that you won't do it correctly. Okay. You could. And you also, P.S., know it's going to fall on you, right? All the action, sense of direction seems to be coming from you, not whatever this is that's caught up to you and says it's not going to leave. Or it's just going to continue on. If anything was fixable at this point, you would have shown me. I would think. But the idea of you actually pulling this into reality and breaking up this Ten of Pentacles causes you a great deal of stress. Because there's the final proof, right? That's the final proof right here. Ten of Pentacles, what we can actually see. That would change quite a bit the landscape. I know you know how to maintain it. I know you know how to take action towards it. That doesn't mean it's healthy. What I'm saying for you is a great deal of instability around a core concept that says this is what's kept it together at this point. By sheer force of will, I have kept this thing from breaking. But actually doing the thing, separating yourself from it, that's where the fear kicks in. I gotta see this this devil, this big old nasty devil sitting in your environment. Oh boy, let's take a look at that devil, please. Let's take a look at that devil. Show me the devil. Show me the devil, please. Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands. Someone's so afraid. It's like there's no room for discussion. That's why I was wondering why there's no healing. Why is there no healing? Why is there no offer to work through this? Why is there no peace offerings? Why are there no peace talks? Why is there no balance systems? There's no checks and balances in here. There's nothing about this situation that feels natural. No checks and balances. The only thing you two seem to rally behind is this sense of stability that everyone can see. That's the 3D world. That's the resume energy. That's what we can touch, taste. It's a foundation. And after that, everything's chaotic and a hellhole of toxic patterns. Who does what? Feeling bad for wanting to move on, not wanting to be part of this anymore, but also not willing to let it go. In the environment, it's like we're not open to possibility. Possibility is shut down. It's not even up for discussion. Emotions are not on the table. They're not up for discussion. That's horrible. Everything is completely shut down. You have a pattern of shut down emotional communication between yourself and this person, and it kind of stands, it reigns supreme as the environmental norm between yourself and someone else. That's not good. It's not even up for discussion. The sense of disappointment and pain and emotional confusion. 7 of Wands, it's not even up for discussion. It can't be that healthy then. If you're not, or we're not allowed or encouraged to talk about emotions in this connection, then how healthy could it possibly be? This is a toxic pattern between yourself and someone else. The inability to discuss real emotions and have a real emotional communication. Guys, I don't want to be in the comments looking at crying emojis. I know, they won't let me talk. I have everything. What are we going to do about it? We're past that. What are we going to do about it? It's not enough to tell me that it's toxic. What are we going to do about it? This is no good. I wouldn't want this for anybody. I wouldn't want this for an animal. You feel like you have no freedom. And I saw that in your past too. Emotional communication completely shut down. Negative experiences are not welcome. Therefore, the positive ones get shut down too. They're all exhausting. I don't want to talk about feelings. I just want to be determined to keep this going. But then there's a big part of you that breaks off and says, man, I want to get the hell out of here. So what's it going to be? What's it going to be? 5 of Swords and the hopes and fears. What you hope for, is it self-sabotage? Or is what you fear, is that self-sabotage and that's what keeps you in check? Which one is it? If you cannot trust yourself in this connection, how much can you possibly trust the connection? Let's see that 5 of Swords, please. Let's see that 5 of Swords. Show me that 5 of Swords. Show me that 5 of Swords. Show me that 5 of Swords, please. Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant. That's what I was looking for. Get to the point. What is keeping you tied to this? A sense of commitment that is false. Damn it. I knew it. I knew that Hierophant was going to show up. That's the truth I was looking for. I'm like, quit telling me about your sore points. Stop pressing the wounds. Get to the point. Why do we keep choosing this? The person I'm looking at here, that 9 of Cups, which I saw you actively suppress because there's too much pain surrounding your own sense of wish fulfillment and happiness. It keeps getting blocked and rejected. With that comes a tidal wave of negativity, and you don't want to feel that. So we shut the whole damn thing down. Okay? Over here, the 5 of Swords. I don't know if I can trust what I hope for or fear for. So because we don't know, we stick to the commitment. And we tell ourselves forcibly, this makes us happy. How would you know what makes you happy when you're so busy suppressing everything you feel? This is a false construct of what constitutes commitment. I see this all the time in toxic situations. Well, I committed to this. And not knowing what else to do, I got to default to the commitment. This is not a healthy mindset. Look at how twisted this comes out. Emotions aren't welcome. It's not up for discussion. Stability is what matters, even though this is the absolute definition of instability. On the inside, that's not what matters. It's what we can see on the outside, right? I think about leaving this a lot, and it kind of feels good. And that's when I actually feel like a practical, stable person. But then I retract it real quick. Why? Default to commitment. Why don't we trust ourselves and our own sense of higher good? Why? You're saying you can't trust what makes you happy because you don't have a good track record with that? Okay. What? We've used our commitment energies for the wrong thing. People, places, situation, circumstance. What if this is one more thing? What if I'm wrong about this too? So therefore I stay? You tell me, what's worse? To live in a false negative or a false positive? If you cannot trust yourself about your commitments, what you're involved in and why, therefore you cannot trust the connection. It really is that simple. If you can't trust the best of you to make decisions in a commitment, stability, etc., how can you possibly trust or be receptive to the feedback you're getting? You don't. You want to know how I know? Because whatever feedback you're getting, you squash it. You have so many signals in you that you turn off the radar. Emotions, emotions, emotions. I won't feel any of them. I don't want to. Guys, look, I'll be the first one to tell you, being Pisces, water-oriented, a lot of people will get lost to their feelings, and that's not a healthy thing either. You get overly immersed in them. Here's the rule about strong emotions, like I'm saying for you today, which you do not like to feel any of them. Emotions are signals. You don't need to get lost to the signal, but you would be stupid to ignore them. What is the point of having radar if you're not aware of enemy coming towards you? And that includes yourself too. You can be your own worst enemy. Listen to your signals. Learn to trust your radar, or you will always find yourself tying yourself to the wrong people, places, things, situations, or circumstances. Your instinct to lean away from somebody is real and valid. Your instinct to not participate in something with somebody because it doesn't feel right is real and valid. When you have broken an appendage and you're like, ow, this hurts, it's a signal. You're meant to listen to it. You don't get lost to it. It's your clue. Pay attention. Something's wrong and we're trying to talk to you. You have spent so much time suppressing your signals here. It's no wonder you don't trust yourself to make decisions about commitment. And this grin and bear it and grit my teeth and strong-willed as shit, I got it. Why? What you want right here. And underneath your moon, you know you could maintain, right? You know you could maintain that 10 of Pentacles on your own. You know you could. You know you could. It even kind of gives you a little thrill that you can. It gives you comfort in a way. That 2 of Pentacles is on the exit. Let's say that 7 of Wands here for you. And the outcome. Kind of keep the peace going. It's a lie, honey. That's the real lie right there. And when we don't know what else to do, we default to commitment. You can either allow your commitment to work for you or against you. I say it all the time. It's the number one fallback argument for the most desperate people. Well, I'm in a commitment. Sounds like that's the answer you needed. Seven of Wands, I'm at 7 of Wands, I'm at 7 of Wands, and I'm here to tell you that if you have to tell yourself that hard and remind yourself that hard, that at the end of the day in your commitment, okay, this is what it's all about. You shouldn't have to speak that loudly to yourself. Let's see that 7 of Wands, please. No healing here, guys. Not one healing. Not one element of it. Let's see that 7 of Wands. It's almost like you're telling me because they won't go anywhere, I won't either. I don't quite know how to put my finger on that, but it's odd. 8 of Swords, refuse to see. 8 of Cups, the King of Pentacles. Oh, my. Yeah, again, here we have the 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups, all that stuff. I don't want to see how unhappy I am. Yeah, I guess that 2 of Pentacles is on the exit because you technically did make up your mind. I don't see you dislodging yourself from this. And I suppose you shouldn't. If you don't trust yourself to make decisions that you can stand behind, even though you seriously contemplate those a lot, I could see why you would continue to stay. I don't know what this reading serves you today other than to give you confirmation of what you're experiencing. So in that respect, I do hope it helps you. I do see the Pisces I'm looking at today choosing to stay in this for now. It's easier to block what's uncomfortable because you are well versed at it. That is the choice. But tarot doesn't dictate action like I said, you do. There is the proof of choice, not the absence. I'm seeing Pisces make a particular choice here today that says we're going to carry on. I don't like all the negativity and the suppression and oppression around it. It looks highly toxic, especially in the willingness to shut down emotionals, anything emotional, on all sides. Which means we're still not being our most authentic self, and we're not listening to our signals here. I don't know what... The only thing you were clear to me about is that you just know you want the fighting to die in this situation. And that death could carry over into ending this altogether because it's actually rising above you. Practically speaking, you whipped out your King of Pentacles a couple of times. Practically speaking, the idea of it, you separating from this, gives you kind of a joy. The only time I saw the hint of you being happy. And you did show me the Two of Pentacles on the exit. So I'm like, okay, you will eventually make up your mind through all this quagmire and the stress and the strain and the emotional difficulty and the mental futility of going back and forth on this. You technically did make a choice. So the indecision indeed is exiting, but you don't look any happier for it. Let's get some advice, please. Why am I leaving this one? We're going to go ahead and keep this one. I don't expect it to be popular, nor will it be. I just feel like I'm supposed to. Typically, I don't keep readings like this that don't have an ending that seem to benefit anybody in terms of progress, learning, or growth. But there's a feeling in here that I'm supposed to keep this one. Deep, quiet meditation and stillness. And fortune's wheel. Luck and right timing could be on your side, but you'd have to be willing to see that as a possibility. So perhaps not now, but further down the road when perhaps we're a little bit more open-minded, a little bit more open-hearted to the signals we're receiving every day. There's a lot of suppression of fear in here, a lot. That in and of itself is quite toxic, especially if you're not used to talking about your fears or you no longer feel it's safe to discuss those more difficult signals with your person. There is a cloud of fear that sits over this whole thing. What the origin is, I couldn't say. Obviously, you two didn't start out this way. Nobody does. I should hope not. But where it is difficult. But I'm still choosing to keep this one despite the fact that there's something here, though. If we had this much strength of will and insistence on staying, even though it hurts us, imagine then if you use that same sense of will for the opposite. You hinted at it a couple times. Your own sense of freedom. We all have free wills, guys. Use yours well. 11 and 23, by the way. Pisces, difficult as this one was, nevertheless, I still hope it served a purpose for you. Like always, I want what's best, not what's worst. I want to help. I can only do so much, though, if the person who's looking at this doesn't really want it. Okay? Still, hopefully it leaves some sort of impression. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.